There we go. What's going on, everyone? We are live near 4 o'clock on a Monday, the day after Selection Sunday. So AppleDash here with you with my two co-hosts this time. Nate Henning, as always, a.k.a. AppleDash with me, and Matt Kuhn is in the house, a.k.a. Banshee. We're all here. We are ready to make our live gut feeling predictions for the tournament.
They do Selection Sunday. It's Monday Madness.
Monday Madness. Okay, I like that. Selection Sunday, Monday Madness. I like that. That's good. That's really good.
Manic Monday.
Manic Monday. Yeah, the day before, the day before the fun begins. I said it on the stream last night when I slept. I was gonna have to marinate over a ton of these matchups. This is gonna be tricky because I mentioned the South is the region of death. It's loaded. There's so many good teams in it. The 6 seeds are dangerous. The Midwest is fairly stacked. This is going to be a real challenge. So all of ours are going to be in. So I have all 3. Yep, bingo, right here. There we go. All 3 of those. Those are my other ones in Tournament Challenge. So here we go. Let's go ahead and dive right in. Now, granted, these really, again, we don't really like, these don't really like count in terms of picking, but they could go for if you make these teams further in the long run with the first 4. So let's start with the 16 games, NC Central and North Dakota State. I have the Bison there.
I've got the Bison as well.
You got the Bison as well. Nate, what say you? They're both 18 and 15.
Okay. I'll take them.
You'll take North Dakota State?
Yeah.
Okay. Then the other 16 game has the Knights of Fairleigh Dickinson at 20 and 13, taking on the Panthers of Prairie View 22 and 12. We got the Northeast against the SWAC. I'm going to take Prairie View. I like the Panthers. They've got a lot of – they were talking about on the selection show last night. They've got some good guards that can score. I've been impressed with what they've done, so I'm going to go with Prairie View. You got Fairleigh Dickinson. And Fairleigh Dickinson does have tournament experience. They have, they've been in before. Granted, they have yet to win a game in the NCAA tournament, but they've been here before. Nate, where would you go on that one?
You know what? I'll take Dickinson to win at least one.
Okay. All right.
I don't know.
Experience as well.
Experience, I think, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah. That's understandable.
Sure.
All right, and then the more intriguing games involving the last 4 teams in, the 11 seeds. Belmont and Temple. Belmont, again, was the biggest surprise to me of last night, with the committee rewarding them for their record of 28 and 5, getting in the field. And then you had Temple at 23 and 9. Belmont can score. If their shooters are on from three-point range, they could put up a lot of points. I like the Bruins in that game. I'm going to take Belmont.
I'm going to check the Owls.
Now, yeah, and you have Temple, and you say the credit for them is their defense. Their defense shows up.
Temple.
And okay, Nate's in agreement.
And they've been here a lot.
They have, yeah. Temple has been here a lot, and they do have that experience. And then the other game has Arizona State at 22 and 10, taking on 21 and 12 St. John's. Obviously, I like my Sun Devils. I'm going to take them to win that one. Absolutely. Yep. It's unanimous. Arizona State. I mean, St. John's just struggled down the stretch. They were not the same team that they were.
Red Storm, more or less red shower.
Red shower. I like that.
That is clean.
All right.
They're not a storm anymore.
Now on to the main field.
Yeah. Hopefully some teams we do.
Oh well, yeah. Once you get out of the first 4, yeah.
Arizona State.
Well, yeah. The last 4 usually know. The 16s are kind of iffy unless you really track it like I do. So for me in the East, I think Duke's obviously going to win the first game against North Dakota State. Obviously.
Yeah. That's a given.
That's a good one. Nate, I take it you're the same.
Yeah.
As tough as that is. Granted, we've seen only a 16 now beat a one time last year with UMBC beating Virginia, but I don't think Duke's going to become the second. All right, the 8-9. This is intriguing. VCU and UCF. The Rams 25-7 play that tough defense, but then you got UCF at 23-8 with Taco Fall in the middle. That's that 7-6 center. This could go either way. I've been really kind of going back and forth on this one. At the end of the day, I really like the Rams. I'm going to take VCU.
Yep.
Nate, you agree?
Marination, basted VCU.
VCU. All right. We're all in agreement on the Rams.
We'll use cooking terms.
Don't get me wrong. Taco Fall is a fun player to watch, but he can't be UCF's entire offense. That's the problem. A burnt taco. All right. Yeah, VCU can hit the three. That's true. They can.
Take it outside.
5-12. This is always a dangerous one. You got Mississippi State at 23-10 taking on 28-6 Liberty. The Flames were really impressive in the Atlantic Sun. Mississippi State out of the SEC, always a tough conference. As much as I would really like to take Liberty there, I just think Mississippi State is too strong at the end of the day. I'm going to go with the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs are going to flame them out.
You got Mississippi State? All right. Nate, what say you?
What's the records?
Mississippi State is 23-10. Liberty is 28-6. Do you dare pick against the SEC?
Well, they do have a better record for.
That is true. And Liberty can score.
I'm picking the upset.
Oh, Nate going Liberty. All right. Going with the Flames.
Yeah.
All right. Fourth.
You're a flamer today.
Upsets can happen.
Upsets can and will happen, yes.
There's been no such thing as a perfect bracket. First person in history gets $1 billion or something crazy.
Yeah, Warren Buffett. Yeah.
He knows he's never going to have to give that up.
No. But there's no such thing as a chalk bracket either. So,
what is that?
Chalk is when all the top seeds win. I don't think that's ever happened.
What's the prize for that?
Yeah, right. 4-13, you got Virginia Tech at 24-8 taking on the surprise from the A-10, the St. Louis Billikens at 23-12. St. Louis's run through the A-10 was impressive, but Virginia Tech, too solid offensively. I'm going to take the Hokies.
Yeah.
I think we're unanimous on that one.
Yeah.
All right. Hokey high. All right. Then you've got, for me, I would have Maryland taking on Belmont. So I have Belmont beating Temple. And you know what? For me, that's a game also I think that Belmont could potentially win because Maryland is very hit or miss. Maryland is really, unimpressive. They can have good games, but, boy, they can also have some really bad ones. I think Belmont's going to win at least 2 games. I'm going to go Belmont. Now, and Matt, I know you've got Maryland Temple.
Yep.
And who you got coming out of that?
Maryland.
You have Maryland, so you have a little faith in the Terps.
Just a little.
Okay. And then Nate, you would also have Maryland Temple. So who would you take out of that one? You're going to go Temple. You think Temple wins another game?
3 different choices there.
Well, and here's the thing, though. Usually, I think it's happened every year since the first 4 started. A team that has won a game from the first 4 on the 11 line has won a second game. So it certainly can happen. All right.
And Maryland is one of the weaker of the big.
No, Maryland. I think Maryland
has dropped.
I think Maryland is the weakest 6th seed in the field, in my opinion. Maryland is the weakest 6th seed. I mean, because Villanova, Iowa State, Buffalo, I think are all stronger. So, I think Maryland is the weakest 6.
And do you realize they've really dropped off since they left the ACC?
No, they have. No, they were a lot more competitive in the ACC than they've been in the Big Ten. Absolutely.
That's because the ACC had more sucky teams.
That is true. That might be true.
They only had Duke, North Carolina.
They're top. Well, yeah, Duke, Carolina, Virginia's gotten better. Florida State's gotten better. But aside from that, yeah. The 3-14. This one has a little bit of intrigue to it. LSU at 26-6. But they're taking on 22-7 Yale. Now, I was surprised that Yale got put on the 14 line. I thought they'd be a 13, and I watched their final against Harvard. They nearly put up 100 points on Harvard. They put up in the 90s. So Yale can score. And, there's a lot of off-court drama surrounding LSU with the Will Wade situation as coach. I don't know. Okay. I guess I need to fill you in on that. Matt knows. I need to fill you in on it. So LSU's coach is indefinitely suspended, Will Wade. He got caught on a wiretap talking to a, agent/recruiter that there was an offer for one of the recruits to potentially, pay them money or, support him in his education.
Okay.
Which, of course, is illegal,
Yeah.
So yeah, he's in some really hot water. And now he's being like a little crybaby and begging the athletic director, begging the NCAA, I want my job back. Thinking he did nothing wrong.
You know what happens with hot water?
You get burned.
And especially in
hot water burn baby.
Crawfish.
Yeah, right.
Crawfish.
So that's why I worry here a bit about LSU because Yale can keep up with the best of them. This is tough. I've been back and forth on this one because I think Yale can win a game, but I think also LSU has that motivation factor to kind of play for them.
I've got LSU.
They're playing in Jacksonville, so I'm going to take LSU. As much as I'd love to take Yale, I think I still got to go LSU. You go to LSU?
Yeah, I do.
Everybody does. Okay, so we're all unanimous on the Tigers. But it would not shock me if Yale found a way to win that.
Yeah.
7-10. You got 20-13 Louisville taking on 21-13 Minnesota. Again, I think this is an underwhelming 7th seed. I have not been impressed with Louisville. They've been very up and down. They choked away a 21-point lead against Duke, do you remember, earlier this year?
Yeah.
I thought it had that game in the bag and lost. And Minnesota has been playing really well of late. Minnesota has looked like a tournament team.
They Purdue twice.
Yes, they earned their spot to get in. And I think Minnesota gets it done. I got the Gophers.
Against who?
Against Louisville. I got Minnesota. Matt? Minnesota.
Oh, I'm going to have to go across the board on that.
Yeah, because Louisville to me just worries me. They really do.
Just like the football team?
Pretty much.
2 wins.
And then finally the 2-15, Michigan State going up against Bradley. Bradley had a great surprising run through the Missouri Valley. We got to credit them for that. But I think they're going to be playing a really PO'd Michigan State team that I think still should have been on the 1 seed line.
Yep.
I know I'm a North Carolina fan, but I was really surprised when I saw the Heels on the 1 line. I thought they also would be a 2. You win the Big Ten tournament, and you don't get rewarded for it. And you're in the same region.
And you got 3 AC schools.
Yeah, and you're in the same region as Duke.
And you have a better record than North Carolina all around.
Yes, by 1 win. Yeah. Michigan State is going to play PO'd. Of course they're going to beat Bradley.
What?
Oh, hell
Losing
yeah.
to Indiana twice in regular season hurts you?
Maybe that's why they lost to Illinois. Do you remember also? So maybe that's why. Yes, maybe that's why they're not on the 1 line. That could be the reason why. All right. Do we want to keep going through the East, or do we want to just go by round?
Let's go through the rounds.
Okay. We'll go by round. All right. So let's drop down now to the West. I would have Gonzaga taking on Prairie View. And obviously, I think Gonzaga is going to win that regardless.
No matter who it is.
Yeah. And I know you've got Gonzaga. And considering you saw Mark Few's impressive record, I'm pretty sure you have Gonzaga too.
I say.
I say.
No, I said, let's see.
Yeah, right. I don't think there's much to
I'll make Gonzaga's line easy.
Right.
I'll put him in the Final Four.
Whoa!
I've got him there too.
I'll make Gonzaga's line easy for you. I'll put him in at least the Final Four.
I got him to the championship, so.
Okay. So we'll just make that easy. We'll go through the rest of the picks, obviously, but so Matt, you have him in the final game.
Yep.
Okay.
Winner or loser?
I'm not going to say till we get to that point.
And you have them at least in the Final Four.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, yeah, Gonzaga is really good. They've beaten Duke. They've beaten Washington. They have some nice wins. So, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
All right, 8-9 game. 20-13 Syracuse against 19-13 Basecom. Syracuse. That's unanimous.
No matter if they were a 1 seed, I'd take
Right.
Syracuse.
Right.
Yeah.
If they were 16.
I mean, and that zone defense is just so tough to play against, you know. It really is a challenge. This, I think, is the most intriguing 5-12. Marquette, 24-9, taking on 27-4 Murray State. Two of the best players in the country going up against each other in the first round. Marcus Howard from Marquette, John Morant from Murray State. I have been fighting this one back and forth all night yesterday, all day, as soon as this one was announced. Murray State scares me to death. I got to go with the Racers. I'm going to go Murray State. John Morant, I've watched him play. He is so impressive. Matt, what say you?
I got Marquette, not by much.
Okay, so you are going to go Marquette. Again, I think this game could honestly go either way. So Nate, you're the tiebreaker here.
I'm gonna go Marquette.
Okay.
I've seen them in the tournament before, and
They do well.
They do well. I can't deny that.
In the tournament. Yeah.
All right. Then the 4-13. You've got 27-7 Florida State taking on 27-6 Vermont. Nice to see the Catamounts back in after an absence for a couple years. But Florida State, again, always seems to do well in the tournament. Has been playing really well of late. I'm going to go the Seminoles there.
Got to go the same way there.
Okay. Nate, you're going to make it a sweep here.
Yeah. Who is it?
Florida State's 27-7. Vermont is 27-6.
Who are you taking?
We're both on Florida State.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Make it a sweep. Yep. Make it a sweep.
What is that? Letters and stuff.
Oh, that's for my computer.
Oh.
No, that's for my computer. It's shortcuts to put it to sleep. So I use my wireless mouse. All right. Bottom half of the West. 6 seed Buffalo, 31-3. I would have them taking on Arizona State. I think we all have them take on Arizona State. We all had Arizona State. So we all have them take on Arizona State. When Buffalo is good, they are really good. I mean, this team can score the basketball, get up and down the floor, force turnovers. They looked really good in their conference tournament. But here's what's interesting. Who's Arizona State coached by now?
Buffalo's former coach.
Bobby Hurley. He knows Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I think Buffalo could be right for an upset here. I'm going to go Arizona State. I think they pull it off. I think they get the job done.
You got Buffalo.
You got Buffalo. Okay. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, honestly, but I think the fact that Hurley knows them so well, I think that's why they're right for the upset. So, Nate, you got to break the tie here.
It's always so hard.
It is.
I'll go Devils.
You're going to go ASU. All right. Yeah. Oh gosh. Yeah. Dookie's on the screen. Right.
Puke alert.
All right. 3-14. You've got Texas Tech at 26-6, taking on 26-8 Northern Kentucky out of the Horizon League. Texas Tech is a really solid team on both sides of the ball. They're really good. Northern Kentucky, I don't think has the firepower. Got to go Texas Tech. Yeah. Make unanimous. Yep, Texas Tech. All right. 7-10. 29-4 Nevada taking on 19-15 Florida. This one's a bit of an intriguing one, too. Nevada has looked really good all year. Nevada's got some great scores, especially in their backcourt.
Yep.
Nevada's very solid with the Martin twins. But Florida has looked so impressive these past couple weeks, and they had to really grind their way to get into the tournament, and they beat LSU in the SEC title game to get in. I know they're a 15-loss team, but they're not your typical 15-loss team, and that's what scares me. I'm going to go Florida. I think the Gators pull it off.
I got the Wolfpack.
You got the Wolfpack. Okay.
Just because the threat.
Yeah, that's true. I could see that. Nate, you're breaking the tie again.
Gotta go Gainesville.
Oh, he's going Gators. All right.
Yep.
And then the 215, 28-6 Michigan taking on 26-8 Montana. Michigan in March. You don't bet against the Wolverines.
Nah, at least not in the first round.
No, certainly not in the first round.
If you lose to Montana, I'm sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah. If you lose to Montana.
Bye.
All right, let's go to.
Hey, don't blow shoes on him.
No, he got different ones. He got the Kyries now instead of the PGs, so he got different ones.
Still
So.
Nike.
Yeah, I know they're still Nike, but
I know they have to follow the rules.
that's
Have
true.
to be Nike.
Right.
Dude, you got a contract.
That's true. They do have a contract. Yeah.
Because you know why? If you wore Adidas, all day I dream about slipping.
Ow!
Ouch.
Yes, I have no love for Duke.
No.
Oh my gosh,
No.
that was something.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to what I have dubbed the region of death, the South. This one is going to be fun. Obviously, at the top, Virginia, 29-3, taking on Gardner-Webb, 23-11. Gardner-Webb, first time in the tournament. I don't think we're going to see a repeat of what happened last year with UMBC. I think Virginia wins. I don't think Gardner-Webb's going to have that firepower. Matt, you agree?
Yeah.
Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we see a repeat of last year. 8-9. 20-12 Ole Miss taking on 19-13 Oklahoma. SEC against Big 12. I watched both conferences a lot throughout the year, but I really liked the way that Oklahoma played down the stretch. They're a very good offensive team. Ole Miss can have its off nights. That's why I'm going to go Oklahoma here.
I got the Rebels.
You got Ole Miss. All right. Well, these 8-9 games, they can go either way. So, Nate, you once again are a tiebreaker.
Boomer sooner.
Wow, Oklahoma. All righty. Here's our intriguing 5-12. This is another one I've wrestled with. Wisconsin, 23-10, taking on probably one of the scariest 12 seeds in tournament history. The Oregon Ducks, 23-12, went on an amazing run through the Pac-12 tournament. These two, they play with defense. They can score, but they're mainly known for their defensive ability and their rebounding. And I was tossing and turning this in my head as I slept for sure. I was going back and forth. And Wisconsin has done well in March, but Dana Altman prepares hard. Oregon can also make deep runs in March. And they're playing in San Jose. They're playing on the West Coast.
Quack.
I got to go Oregon.
Quack, quack.
Are we unanimous on this?
Yeah.
Wow. Bye-bye, whiskey.
Unanimous upset alert.
Wow. The Ducks are for real. 4-13, 25-8 Kansas State taking on 30-5 UC Irvine, the Anteaters. When I saw that they drew Kansas State, I was ecstatic because Kansas State, they might not have their best player. Wade might not play with that foot injury.
Right.
They're known for their defense, yes, but they don't score very well, especially not without him. And Irvine, can put up points in bunches.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go with my Anteaters. I got to.
Too.
You got Irvine, too.
Yep.
It's unanimous again.
It's in their backyard.
And, and in San Jose. Mm-hmm. We're gonna have a 12-13 second round matchup. I love it. I love it. I love it. Bottom half. 25-9 Villanova, winners of the Big East tournament and 2 of the last 3 national championships, unfortunately, taking on St. Mary's, the surprising winner of the West Coast at 22-11. I mean, I could understand why maybe this would be a popular upset pick because of the way St. Mary's has played late, but man, I got to give credit where credit's due. Villanova looked so good in the Big East tournament. Jay Wright does a great job with that program. I got to at least give him that.
I got to give him at least one more.
Yeah, so I'm going to take Villanova there. I'm going to take Nova there. But you do have them beating St. Mary's. Okay. Nate, are you going to make it a sweep or are you going to go upset here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sweep them.
All right. I think we're all going to be in agreement on this next one with Purdue and Old Dominion.
Yep, I think we are.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, Purdue. Say it with me, class.
Purdue.
Yeah.
Not Purdue.
I really hope, though, that Carson Edwards, the back, is not an issue because he has to be at 100% health if Purdue's going to go far.
I was reading on Purdue's Twitter feed that he was working out a little bit.
Was he? Oh, good. Okay, because that's a worry of mine. If he's not healthy, that's a worry. All right, the 7-10. This one is also intriguing because I think both of these teams are vastly underseeded. You got Cincinnati, who just won the American tournament by beating Houston for the first time on the 7 line at 28-6, and then you got an Iowa team that I had on the 8 line as a 10 at 22-11. I mean, and because of the fact that the committee punished Iowa so hard, Nate and I were talking about it. The committee did the Big Ten no favors.
No.
I mean, they put the most teams in the tournament with 8, but
no favors.
But no favors in terms of their draw.
That's the only favor right there is most teams.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. But Cincinnati, man, I've watched the Bearcats a couple times this year. Jared Cumberland, what he can do from the outside when he is on his game, he's really good. And I'm just so impressed by the job Mick Cronin's done. I'm going to go Cincinnati there. And they're playing in Columbus. They're playing in Ohio. So,
yeah. Okay. I got Iowa.
Ooh.
But here's my catch on that.
Okay.
If Herky does win, get a facelift.
No shit. Excuse me, but it fits. But and how you going? You got to break the tie. Cincinnati. All right. Like I said, they're playing in home, basically. Yeah, committee did them a great favor. And then the 2-15, Tennessee, 29-5. Did get blown out by Auburn in the SEC final, but when they're on, they're really good. Against Colgate, 24-10. Got to go Tennessee there.
Balls.
Yep, I think we're all in agreement.
Okay.
No toothpaste can stop the balls there.
No.
They're going to be squeezed out.
You know, make the toothpaste joke. I was surprised I had to go there first, man. I beat you to it.
I would go with Crest, not Colgate.
There you go.
There you go.
All right. Midwest region first round.
Because they got to be different. There's the East, West, South. You think it's the North? Nope.
It's the Midwest. Yeah, exactly.
Northern basketball? Nah, that's hockey.
That's hockey. Yeah, exactly. The frozen North. Exactly. North Carolina and Iona. Gee, I wonder who we're going for there. Yeah.
This one's probably going to be an easy bracket.
Yeah, I mean the Midwest is. Yeah, I think it's
marinate on a couple.
I think it's the second toughest region, but it's also very top heavy, as well. 8-9. This is a good. Of course, the 8-9s are always good, but this is a good one too. Yep. 28-6 Utah State, the Aggies, champs of the Mountain West, taking on Washington, 26-8, the regular season champs from the Pac-12. Washington got their doors blown off by Oregon, the Pac-12 title game. They've looked good at times. They've looked not so good at times. Utah State has looked amazing the past couple weeks, and you know I'm a big believer in momentum. I got to go the Aggies.
I'm taking the Husks.
Ooh, Matt going with the Huskies, going with Dubs. Nate, you must break the tie again.
What the heck is an Aggie anyways? We've never figured that out.
Yeah, a lot of teams are named Aggies.
Utah.
Utah State, 28-6 against 26-8 Washington.
I'm gonna go Utes.
Ooh, Utah State going with the Aggies. Yeah, actually, we've got 2 Aggies in this tournament. We've got Utah State and we've got New Mexico State. So we've got 2 Aggies in this tournament.
And they're both from the West.
And they're both in the same region. They're both in the Midwest, both in the same region. Because New Mexico State here, speaking of, is the next game. The 12 seed, the champions of the WAC, 30-4, going up though against the champs of the SEC, 26-9 Auburn. Yeah, this is another one of those tricky 5-12 games. This is really, really tricky. As much as I would love to pick New Mexico State because they looked really impressive in the WAC final against Grand Canyon, blew their doors off by like 30-some points. Auburn looked so good against Tennessee. I watched that game. I was so impressed by the Tigers. I got to go War Eagle. I'm going to take the Tigers there.
Yep.
It's unanimous.
So no Aggies.
All on the Tigers.
Although I would love to see Aggies against Aggies.
That would happen in the Sweet 16 if that happened, yeah. Of course, then Utah State have to knock off Carolina, but yeah.
Yeah.
4-13 at Kansas, 25-9, the Jayhawks taking on 23-10 Northeastern, the Huskies, the surprising champs out of the Colonial. Kansas, Rock Chalk. Kansas always tends to do well in the tournament. They're playing in the Midwest region. If they get to the regional final, it would be in Kansas City, so that'd be a home court advantage. So, Kansas.
Yep.
Yep. All right. Bottom half. 6-11. Iowa State, 23-11. The Cyclones won the Big 12 tournament by beating Kansas in the final, taking on Ohio State. Barely got into the field, 19-14 record. Again, this is a no favor done from the Big Ten to the Big Ten by the committee because Iowa State has been playing at a lights out level lately. I've got to go with Iowa State there.
I got that too.
Yeah.
I don't like Ohio State in football, and I don't like them in basketball.
All right, I'll sweep.
Iowa State.
This is vengeance from beating Northwestern in the Big Ten.
Yeah. I'll say it.
We have not forgotten.
No, we have not forgotten. All right. 3-14. You got a dangerous Houston team there looking at the 3 seed at 31-3. Taking on the Georgia State 24-9. The Panthers out of the Sun Belt have represented well the past couple years. But Houston has been so impressive.
Too powerful.
Yep, I'm going to go Cougs.
I got Houston.
All right, it's a sweep again.
Now, what's this going to be coming up? Just one of the first 4 games?
Well, the first 4 won't be till tomorrow night. The first 4 are tomorrow night and Wednesday night.
Is this a rerun of a game? Earlier?
No. They're just, they're probably just showing that from earlier in the year, but when they're talking about the bracketology.
Yeah.
7-10, a very dangerous 7th seed. The Wofford Terriers, 29-4, went undefeated through the Southern Conference this year, did not lose a game in conference play, won the Southern Tournament, taking on 20-13 Seton Hall out of the Big East. When Wofford is on their game, when they have those shooters they can shoot from deep, they are lethal. And I think as good as Seton Hall is, I think Wofford wins at least one game. I'm going to take the Terriers.
Yep, I got the Terriers as well.
All right. Nate, are you going to make it a sweep, or do you have faith in the Hall?
See, now this one's a hard one for me because I believe that Seton Hall has more experience than
They do.
Wofford
They do.
on the stage.
They do.
Oh my God! Wofford gets in on their record.
Oh, okay. So it is a sweep. All right. All on the Terriers.
Wofford gets in on their record for that.
I mean, and you think about it, the 4 teams they lost to were all very good teams. They lost to Oklahoma. They lost to North Carolina.
Yeah.
I think they lost to Washington, I want to say, and then one other one. So they've lost to some good teams. And then the
And not too ugly. Either.
No, not too ugly either. No. And then finally, 27-6 Kentucky taking on 27-6 Abilene Christian. As great as I would to see the upset, I don't think it's going to happen because we know Kentucky is always dangerous in the tournament. Got to go the Wildcats.
Yep. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
You realize that's Wildcats versus Wildcats?
Hmm.
Abilene Christian is also the Wildcats also.
Huh.
That's interesting. I think that's the only game where it's the same nickname against each other. For now. All right.
How are they doing having an Enya song on
Mac and cheese.
mac and cheese?
I noticed that yesterday. Like, what?
All right. My East Region second round. Duke and VCU. As much as I would love to pick the Rams, they're not going to have an answer for Zion. As hard as it is, I at least have Duke getting to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
Mississippi State and Virginia Tech.
I got Duke going on as well.
Oh, yeah, do you? Okay, yeah, you got him against VCU too. Yep. And then, Nate, you have him against VCU. You have him against VCU also. So, would you agree with that Duke would get past the Rams? Oh! You got VCU.
I hate Duke.
Wow. Now, in my other brackets, like my heart overhead, my mascot brackets, yeah, I've got VCU winning that game. Yeah. But wow, you're going out on a limb for it. All right.
I want to see the proof.
Don't we all? Don't we all? Yes. All right. Then for me, Mississippi State and Virginia Tech. Close there with 5 against 4, but I'm going to take the Hokies.
I'm taking Mississippi State.
You got Mississippi State to beat Virginia Tech. Okay. You got Mississippi State.
I got VT.
You got Virginia Tech?
Yeah.
So you have Virginia Tech beating Liberty. Because you didn't take Mississippi State. Okay. So you'd have Liberty's run end there.
Yeah.
All right. Then I would have Belmont taking on LSU. And as much as I would, again, love to see Belmont win that game, I think that's where the run ends. Again, LSU with that motivational mentality. I think LSU is going to go fairly deep. So I got the Tigers there. Yep, you've got Maryland and LSU. Who are you taking out of that?
I am taking LSU.
You're taking the Tigers. Yep. And then
about 8.
And then Nate, you would have Temple and LSU. So LSU. All right.
That's where Temple goes by.
Yep, you feed off that emotion. Then I have Minnesota and Michigan State. So these two teams, clearly, they know each other. They play each other a lot throughout the year. But again, kind of that motivation factor for Michigan State. I think they're going to play determined. I got Sparty.
Yep, I got Sparty there too.
Okay. And then I think you have the same, Nate. Yep. Is it going to be a sweep? You like Sparty over Minnesota?
Yeah.
All right.
It's so hard.
It is hard. It's hard every year, but I think this year is a lot harder than usual. It really is. There's so many good teams.
At least we know the teams in. Imagine how hard it is for the selection committee. Oh my
I say it every year. I would not want to be in the committee room.
Or the people that just only do the bracket.
Yes.
Don't worry about anything till the bracket time.
Right.
How are you supposed to know a team?
Exactly. Yeah. You gotta scout throughout the year. All right. West Region, Gonzaga and Syracuse.
Keep going, Zag.
Yeah, I know you guys are keep going Zags. I think I'm going to have to, because Gonzaga is going to find a way to solve that zone defense. Yeah. Mark Few prepares. Yep. So as much as I mean, Syracuse is intriguing. I got to go Gonzaga. I already know you guys have already advanced so far.
And then Gonzaga, the favorite to win it all, they said? Or
I think they're the second choice behind Duke. Yeah, they're the second choice behind Duke in terms of Vegas odds. Yeah. Murray State against Florida State. Ooh, for me, this is tricky. Again, Ja's a great player, but he can't be the whole offense, and Florida State's just playing so well right now. As much as I would love to push Murray State on, I can't. I got to go the Seminoles there. And then, Matt, you'd have Marquette in Florida State.
I've got Marquette going.
You've got Marquette. All right.
Keeping their drive alive.
Okay. And then, Nate, you'd also have Marquette in Florida State.
That's a toughie.
It is a toughie. It's a 5 versus 4, so yeah, it is a tough one.
Who's the 5? Who's the 4?
Marquette is the 5. Florida State is the 4.
Record on that round?
Marquette then would be 25-9 at that point. Florida State would be 28-7 going into that game.
As much as it pains me, I gotta go the Seminoles.
All right, Florida State. Then I would have Arizona State taking on Texas Tech. Ooh. Boy, that's really tough. I mean, Texas Tech is really solid, but again, I think this Arizona State team can at least win a couple games in the tournament. I'm going to go Arizona State. I have faith in the Sun Devils. I think they can get it done. I think they can beat Texas Tech. You've got Buffalo and Texas Tech, Matt.
Yep, and I'm going Buffalo.
Ooh, the Bulls in the Sweet 16.
Bulls go.
Wow. All right. And then, Nate, you would also have Arizona State and Texas Tech.
I gotta go Devils.
All right. You got faith in the Sun Devils. All right. Awesome.
Well, at least against double team.
Yeah. And then I have Florida and Michigan. As much as I like the Gators, I like Michigan too well. Again, they show up in March. I'm going to go Wolverines. You've got Wolverines beating Nevada. All right. And then, Nate, you would also have Florida and Michigan. Sweep for Michigan?
Where is it at?
It's in Des Moines.
Okay.
Hey, Gators don't live well in cornfields.
Oh, man.
I think we're more able to find a Wolverine in a cornfield than a Gator.
What's the record for that round?
Going into that one, then, Florida would be 20-15. Michigan would be 29-6. But they're both very experienced.
Michigan, you're lucky. Get it on record alone.
All right.
I got a lot based on record because to have a record that
That's
good,
what my next bracket's going to be is
record bracket.
by wins it home or wins it away and neutral site.
Yeah.
Games.
All right. Back to the right side. Back to the region of death. Virginia and Oklahoma. Again, Oklahoma, when they're on offensively, they can play really well. But again, Virginia knows how to adapt to that and shut that down. So I think Virginia wins at least one more game. I got the Cavaliers coming out of that one.
Yep.
You've got Virginia over Ole Miss. All right. And Nate, I think you also have behind Virginia, Oklahoma. Going to make it a sweep for Virginia.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we all have this one, so we have all the 12-13. Oregon and UC Irvine.
Marination time.
Oh, gosh, yes. This is so tough. Because, again, Oregon, so well-balanced, and they're known for their defense. But when Irvine scores, they can put up so many points, and they can frustrate you, with that play. I would love to see Irvine at least make the Sweet 16. I would love it. I would love it, love it, love it. I'm going to go Anteaters.
Oregon.
I know you got Oregon.
Due to experience.
Not going to happen.
Oregon? All right. I'll be the oddball out on that one.
Yep.
Villanova and Purdue.
Yeah.
This is
the region of death.
They're playing in Hartford. That's the problem I have with this one. They're playing in Villanova's backyard, and that's what makes this one so tough. Yeah, that's what makes this one so hard. The fan in me obviously wants to pick Purdue, but I worry about that home court advantage for Villanova. They play so well close to home.
Yeah.
It sucks, but
This is where Purdue goes.
I got to take Villanova.
I'm taking Purdue.
I know you're confident in Purdue. You're not, obviously. You're going Nova. Yeah,
That's a deep gut feeling.
It is, but
I would like to, but am I confident enough to take them? Would I be happy if Purdue beating Nova.
Of course, but the way they've played lately, no.
No.
Now, this one is another interesting one for me. Cincinnati and Tennessee. And again, Cincinnati playing in their backyard in Columbus. Tennessee can have its share of off days. We just saw that against Auburn. Woo, woo, woo.
Oh.
Cincinnati.
I'm gonna take Tennessee.
You're going to take Tennessee.
Ever bet against Tennessee?
Yeah, I do.
Cincy.
You're going to go Cincy. You agree with me.
gonna go
All
with
right.
you.
All right. Be brave. Got to be a little brave.
Uh-huh.
All right. Then bottom half of the Midwest. Carolina, Utah State. Carolina, obviously.
Yeah.
It could be a close game, but I think Carolina's too much.
I know. I
in
got
You got UNC Washington.
and UNC.
You got Carolina. All right. And you also got Carolina, Utah State.
Carolina.
Carolina. All right. Making it a sweep. Yep. Just too good. Auburn and Kansas. This one has been on my mind all day. Kansas, Kansas, you get a different Kansas team every March, it seems like.
Yeah.
You'll get a really good Kansas one year, and you'll get one year that goes out early to, who knows who, to some no-name school. Now, granted, Auburn's not a no-name school, but I've just been so impressed with how Auburn has played of late. Again, the Kansas fan in me wants to pick Kansas here, but I can't do it.
Who is Auburn?
Tigers. They just won the SEC tournament handily, crushing Tennessee. Sorry, Jayhawks. I got to go Auburn.
Yep.
I'm going Kansas.
You're going Kansas. You're
I'm going
okay.
Auburn.
Experience and stuff.
Okay.
I'm going with you.
All right. I'd love to pick Kansas, but Kansas is also under shorthanded. They've lost some key players this year. They're not the same team. Iowa State and Houston, another one that I've had to sit on a lot. They both, Houston didn't win their conference tournament. They looked bad against Cincinnati. They've been a really good team. Iowa State did. And Iowa State, to me, is just one of those really scary number 6 seeds. They're playing in Tulsa. That's Iowa State territory. Oh, granted, Houston's close too. But Iowa State fans also tend to travel really well.
But remember, Houston did play in Tulsa a couple times.
That is true.
So they know that.
I'll go Houston. I'm teetering on, but I'm going to go Houston.
Houston by
it's going to be that game's going to be so close. You got Houston. It's going to be so close, though. Iowa State's going to give them a game. If Houston's going to earn that win if they do win. Whoever wins that game is going to have to earn it. And then you've got the same. Are you going to sweep for Houston, or are you going to have some faith in the Cyclones?
Oh, boy. Hard for all of us.
Yes.
I'll sweep it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go Houston. All right. And then Wofford and Kentucky. As much as I would love to pick this upset, Wofford did not do well against the good teams. So I'm going to go Kentucky.
Yep, that's where I go.
Yeah.
As painful as that is.
Yeah. Sweep.
All right. All right. Sweet 16 now. Back to the top of the East. Duke and Virginia Tech. These two teams know each other. They've played in the SEC. Now, Virginia Tech did beat Duke once this year. They did.
Without Zion on.
I think that was without Zion, though. He did not play in that game. And Zion now is healthy. So,
You've got his shoe fixed.
yeah, he did. I think Duke, at least, at the bare minimum to me, gets to the Elite Eight. I do have them beating Virginia Tech.
I've got him beating this state.
You have them beating Mississippi State, all right. And then
Unfortunately.
you have them again. And now you have the opposite. You have VCU against Virginia Tech because you knocked Duke out. So who do you like between the Rams and the Hokies?
I'm still going with Commonwealth.
Wow, you are confident in the Rams.
They've been there before.
They have.
They've
No,
done well.
they have. You're right. They have. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Battle of Virginia.
Yeah, that would be bad. Would be the Battle of Virginia. That's right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Bottom half, LSU and Michigan State. Two teams playing with a lot of motivation. But what's the saying? You never bet against Tom Izzo in March.
No. So,
Sparty.
yeah. Sorry, Tigers.
You got Sparty. All right. You've got Sparty as well. And I think you have the same. You have the same, Nate. You going to sweep it for us for Sparty?
Who?
LSU and Michigan State.
Oh.
This is tough because this is 3 against 2, so this is definitely tricky.
Much as I'd like to see LSU, the drama, bull crap, spinning, like you said, it's Tom freaking Izzo.
That's true.
I don't
have a coach.
Yeah, and he knows how to stay out of trouble.
Yes, he does. Michigan State. All right.
Wasn't Michigan State in a lot of hot water or something else? Oh, yeah.
Well, not with the basketball program. It was the Nassar thing. That was gymnastics, but yeah, they bungled that whole thing for sure.
At least Izzo keeps his nose clean.
Yes. Yeah, for sure. All right, bottom half of the West, Gonzaga and Florida State. Certainly Florida State could win that game, but in my opinion, Gonzaga, too good. Got to go to and I know you guys already have them advancing, so.
Yeah.
Arizona State and Michigan. As much as I would love to pick the Sun Devils, I've been impressed with how Michigan has played of late. I'm going to go with the Wolverines.
So you say this is where they die.
That's where they end. Michigan in March, too good. You got Michigan and Buffalo.
I got Michigan.
You got Michigan as well.
Too tough.
All right. And then you, I think, also have Arizona State and Michigan. You going to sweep it, or you got faith in the Arizona State?
Like you said, I think this is where ASU goes to die.
All right. Michigan.
Even though it'd be neat to see a buy-in team.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure. Well, do you remember VCU has gone from first 4 to Final 4? I think they're the only team to ever do that.
I think so, too.
Yes. So it would be something, but
Not going to happen.
not going to happen. Not this year, I don't think. All right. Then I have Virginia, top of the South. I have Virginia taking on UC Irvine. Again, as much as I would love here to pick the Anteaters, I think this is where it ends. Virginia just frustrates you defensively with that pressure, and I don't think UCI is going to have as many opportunities, so I'm going to go Virginia there.
I got Virginia as well.
Okay. You got Virginia beating Oregon, and then you would also have Virginia, Oregon. You going to sweep it for Virginia, or you got faith in the Ducks?
Oh, go Virginia.
All right.
I hate to see Oregon lose because I like them.
Yeah.
It's getting tougher years.
Yep. Then I've got Villanova taking on Cincinnati. This is where the Wildcats die. Get out of here with your nonsense. I'm going Cincinnati.
That should be. Whoa. You're going Cincy.
I'm going Cincinnati. I think they're the run ends. I think Cincinnati's looked real impressive. Like I said, I think they're vastly underseeded. I think they're going to take care of Villanova. Now, you've got Purdue and Tennessee, Matt.
I've got Purdue.
Ooh, wow. Got them making a deep run.
Yes, deep run indeed.
And then you also have Villanova and Cincinnati.
See, I rooted against Tennessee there. There, I bet against you.
Much as I hate to say it, I got Nova.
You're going to go Villanova? All right. All right.
We're all
different on that one, yeah.
The region of doom.
The region of doom is going to be tricky, yes. Doom, death, whatever D you want to use. Disaster. Doom, death, disaster.
Dicks.
Dicks. Dicks, yeah.
Dicks. Brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, gosh. Every season starts there, right?
Yep. Every season ends there, too.
With dicks.
Yeah, right. Bottom half of the Midwest, Carolina and Auburn. Obviously there, I got to go North Carolina. Even though Auburn's played well. You've got Carolina and Kansas.
I got Carolina.
Yep.
Being Kansas' backyard.
Yeah, that's true. And then you've also got Carolina and Auburn.
Heels.
Yep. I agree. Then bottom half, Houston and Kentucky. Oh, this one has been eating at me. Houston has played really well, but doesn't Calipari prepares so well, though. That's the scary thing. Calipari prepares so well. He knows how to prepare for teams.
Where's this play at?
Kansas City. I don't want to see Carolina play Kentucky. I don't. I really don't. Because I think it's a bad matchup. I'll go the surprise. I'll go Houston.
That's where I went.
Really? All right. So I'm not alone.
I
like the
don't
Wildcats.
want to see Carolina play Kentucky, but it's probably going to happen.
So you're going to take Kentucky? All right. All right.
I got North Carolina beating Kentucky.
Do you? Okay. Well, then we'll put that in. We'll make that official.
Yeah, make a double North Carolina.
All right. Oh, you got Carolina over Houston?
Yeah.
All right.
Houston
All right.
Miracle Run.
That's easy.
Yeah. All right. Then the East. Duke and Michigan State. Get Duke out of here.
Yep.
Sparty.
Yep. Agree. Unanimous. Sorry, Blue Devils. You just sucked to us.
I don't pick them to win the title. You know that.
I don't care if you're a one seed.
Do you have Sparty beating VCU?
Oh, God. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Run, let's come to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys already have Gonzaga. Gonzaga and Michigan. Gosh. As much as I don't want to see Michigan State Michigan again. We've already seen them 3 times this year, and Sparty won every time. I'm going Gonzaga. I want to see something different. I don't want to see continual rematches. We've all got Gonzaga anyway.
Then repeat.
Right. Virginia and Cincinnati. Oh, man. This is tough. I got to have one surprise. I don't think Virginia gets there. I'm going to go with surprise. I'm going to go Cincinnati. I got to have one surprise. Look at everybody going chalk. I hate this. I hate when the analysts always go chalk. 1s and 2s, 1s and 2s. Have a little surprise.
Gonzaga and Tennessee.
Fucking chalky. Matt, what you got? You got Virginia and Purdue. Who you got?
Purdue.
You got Purdue. You got Virginia out too. Wow. All right. And then you have Virginia and Villanova.
Hey, we got a 3 seed.
Now it's racking your brain.
Oh. Gotta go Nova again.
Wow. So none of us have any confidence in Virginia getting to the Final Four. Wow.
Against them.
No.
Not against them, I don't.
No. And then for me, Carolina, Houston, obviously there, I'm going Carolina.
Yep.
And we all got Carolina. Yep.
Uh-huh.
All right. So me, Final Four to the final. Michigan State
MSU
taking on
Gonzaga.
This is so tough. This is where it gets hard. This is where it gets really hard. But I'm going to go Gonzaga. I just think they're so solid offensively.
I gotta go the same way.
You already got Gonzaga. Yep. And then you have the same matchup. You have Michigan State and Gonzaga too. So are you going to sweep it for the Zags, or are we going to put Sparty in the final?
Sweep the Zags.
Wow. All right.
That's where Michigan goes.
Then me, I have Cincinnati, North Carolina. As great as Cincinnati's been, Tar Heels too much. I'm going to go Carolina. Matt, you've got Purdue and Carolina.
I got North Carolina.
All right.
Oh, that's where he just knocked Purdue out.
All
That's
right.
where they go.
Yep,
And then you've got Villanova and North Carolina.
And thus is where Taps plays for Nova.
Oh, all right.
I got North Carolina.
So this is
Is
interesting.
it going to be a buzzer beater like 2 years ago?
Yeah, right.
I don't know.
We all have the exact same national championship game.
What?
We all have Gonzaga versus North Carolina. We have a rematch from 2 years ago.
God.
And you know what? I got to go. I think it happens again. Carolina.
Yep.
You've got Carolina?
Yep. Originally, I had Gonzaga, but I'm like, North Carolina knows that.
Nate, are you going to make it a sweep for the Heels?
Buffalo?
Buffalo's not getting to the final.
All right. That one, let's see. Gonzaga's a
1, Carolina's a 1. So it's the same seed line. Oh, God.
They got Carolina and Duke. Oh. You know, this one's hard for me.
Yeah, it is. It is tricky. They played a great game in the title game a couple of years ago. It was a close game all the way throughout. Carolina only won by 4 points.
Much as I hate it, that being said, I think the Zags are going to want some revenge.
Oh, wow. You're going to be the different one.
I think the Zags are going to want some revenge on UNC, to be honest with you.
All right.
But I'd be happy either way.
Let's see. Score predictions. If I were to pick it, I'm going to go 72-68. I still think it'll be close. Matt?
84-79.
84-79, high scoring. All right. And what would you say?
Seeing as that I got Gonzaga over North Carolina, flip yours.
Just flip mine? Okay. So same 72-68.
Yeah.
All right. That'll do it.
Uh-huh.
I'll put them in, and the fun will begin. First 4 tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and then first and second round games Thursday and Friday. Enjoy the madness. For AppleDash and Banshee, I'm Spiky Dash. Signing off. Enjoy.